Hello all. This question asks you to prove the quadratic formula. It's worth 5 marks. Now, to do this, you're going to be completing the square. To start with though, we need our generic form of a quadratic equation. So that's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to complete the square on this. Now, first thing, I'm going to subtract c just so that it's out of the way, and I'm going to factorise out this a. So I have a brackets x squared plus b over a x equals negative c. I'll bring that c back in a moment. Right, now, let's complete the square on this bracket here. Well, we're going to have a brackets, and then inside here we're going to have x plus half of b over a. So that's b over 2a squared. Then we need to get rid of that additional b over 2a squared term. So that's subtract b squared over 4a squared. Close bracket, that's equal to negative c. Now, let's tidy this up a little bit. Let's expand this a bracket back inside, okay? So, we have a bracket x plus b over 2a all squared minus, I've multiplied that fraction by a, so we have b squared over 4a. And that's all equal to negative c. Okay. Now, let's start rearranging so that we can find x. So, I'm going to add on that term on the end. So, a times x plus b over 2a all squared is equal to b squared over 4a subtract c. Now I can divide by a. So I end up with x plus b over 2a squared equals b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. Now, what I'm going to do before I do any square roots, I'm going to just make this a little bit nicer to deal with. I'm going to write this right-hand side as a single fraction. So my left-hand side, I'm not changing yet. Excuse me. Then, on the right-hand side, we want a common denominator of 4a squared. So I need to multiply this right-hand fraction by 4a. So it's going to be b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared, and that's that. Right, okay, now let's square root everything. So we have x plus b over 2a on this side. That's equal to the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. But I need to square root that, so it's going to give me 2a. Right, we're almost there. Now we just need to subtract b over 2a. So x is equal to negative b over 2a plus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, because these have the same denominator, I can write it all together. So that is negative b plus minus Can't forget our plus minus because we did square root. So I'll put a plus minus on all of those terms. Plus minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, which is our quadratic formula. So if in an exam you were asked to prove the quadratic formula by completing the square, this is how you would do it. You factor out the a, move the c out of the way, complete the square on that bracket, expand the a back in, and then rearrange until you have x as the subject.